So here's a question for you. When you finish up early on a day, do you guys just get excited about it and go home early and go sit on your couch at 3:30 and just kind of chill? Or you just put it back in drive, go to the next property that you were going to do the next day and get a head start on it? My advice, my suggestion, the way I live my life, I just keep on busting it because the list is long, properties are many, and the sun goes down later and later throughout the season. It gives us more time to work hard and make money. We'll check back in. We'll be this property and finish it up tomorrow morning. Five scoops. We both did plant some. It was in blue last year. Did it? Yeah. Well, unless he doesn't want as much as we put on last time. Welcome back, all you warriors, to another episode of Elite Landscapes Life Stories. Today is day one of Mulch Madness. And we have 3 tractor trailer loads already sold, probably one more at the end of the month to accomplish. You saw the new Cobalt wheelbarrows. They were about 126 a piece, I think. Yeah, 126 each. And picked up 4 of them this weekend. And 3 new spade shovels. I'll show those real quick. So this is what you call a garden spade. I call it an edging spade. And this year we're going with the Tough Built garden spade that I got at Lowe's. This is the long handle. Boom. See? The long handle will help me not have to bend over so much and be in that slumped over position when we're edging with the short handle edgers. So got 3 long handled spades this year to rock it out. These were $36 a piece at Lowe's. We got Dalton that's doing all the holly tone on the evergreens, and we have a hydrangea tree right there. We got Tyler trimming back the liriope grasses, and yeah, we got 10 scoops of mulch to put down today. So while they're doing that, I'm gonna grab the weed eater, get my pencil line from my edge, and we'll do some edging beds and trimming some crepe myrtles that I left off back in the wintertime. So stick around, we'll get some good footage, and we'll talk soon. Oh, wait a minute. The store is open now, so make sure you click the link down below for our store. See if you can pick up any merchandise. This is kind of a family adventure with Tyler, my oldest son, as the artist and designer. Dalton's running the store on the computer side, and I'm just me. So yeah, check it out for us. We appreciate it. So first thing I do, I go through and like I said, define it with a weed eater, and I'll show you what it looks like before we start edging with the spades. So when you're on concrete, walkways, sidewalks, edges of driveways and whatnot, I always go down the edge with the weed eater, knock it back in, clean up that edge. It's a whole lot easier to do with the weed eater if and when you can do it, as opposed to the spade shovel on it. Did just these back stepping stones. Let me show you. These stepping stones here, they were mulched good last year, so they had, you know, nice packed in mulch around the edges. And I didn't want to disturb a whole lot of mulch. I go through and edge it pretty hard with a weed eater, and that gives it a nice little edge for the mulch to fall into. I'm gonna edge that first. So now we got a little bit of an edge going. A nice little bevel coming to it. Now we got the big daddy one. So crepe myrtles, these you can see we pruned them all hardcore last year. Nice big cuts with a chainsaw. This year we're gonna take those cuts up about 8 inches and have the 8-inch new leaders coming off the top of them. Then we'll see what happens the year after that. But they like these trimmed every year to keep them away from the satellite dish right back there. So that's what we do. Please customers always. So here's a little shot of the edge afterwards. And I haven't gone through and done the last weed eating that I do on these things, because once it's all edged out, I'll come through and hit it with a weed eater real quick, tighten it up. And we're back. It's after lunch, and we have 5 more scoops on the trailer, and that'll do it for this property. We got 10 scoops all together. We had fertilizing the shrubs, edging the beds around the house with the spade, and making them nice and crisp. And around the tree rings and these back beds I'm going to show you here in a little bit, we only did the hard weed eating edge for different reasons. Number one, a lot of tree roots around these trees. They were planted high to begin with, so really no need to destroy roots and damage trees. Just make it nice and clean looking. You don't have to big deep edge around them all. Sometimes it's not the best thing to do. The back sections, they really don't want to pay the extra money to go ahead and deep edge all those, and those were kind of like add-on beds, like while we were here in the past couple seasons. We transplanted stuff, and it ended up, turned out all right in the long run. So I'll show you what we got so far with the mulching, and then I'll take you around, because this is kind of a special property of mine. I had a nice big project that we took care of for them, and we'll check it out, 2-3 years later, see what it looks like. Come on. See this tree right here? See how high it is? It's much better just to hit it with a weed eater and put that nice coating of mulch on there, and then go around with the steel rake, the hard rake, and tamp it down so it looks nice and clean, like a paint job. Got another one over here. That's it for this front yard. We got the beds, of course. And this edge, you can only do so much with it. They have fabric on this bed right here, and they laid the fabric themselves years back, and it just goes right up to that edge. So we do what we can sometimes, trying to make it turn out nice and good. You can see here, it's got a nice beveled raise to it compared to the sidewalk. Both sides do. Not too much, you don't want it spilling out, but it just makes it look good. So we had trimmed all these boxwoods, back in the fall, hydrangea tree, but it's got a nice smooth look to it. And pay attention, up against the buildings, you always want to have it nice and flush, straight as possible. You don't want to have a bunch of waves going across a flat surface, so we usually try to choose a brick line and just keep it on that same brick line all the way down. This side over here, we did some planting here last year. We put this brand new Japanese maple. And it's got new buds on it. See? Should be good. Definitely got fertilized. And here's a good point when you're going back and checking on your guys. Make sure you had the mulch off the trunk. You don't want to have that stuff get too moist and get rotten down there at the bottom. So here's the edge we got. It ain't nothing crazy, nothing too extreme, but hey, nice and clean, right? I'll show you these crepe myrtles that the boys trimmed. Nice and clean, 8 inches on top, maybe 10 here. And those will all sprout out new growth this season. So, yeah, property's not super huge, but it's 10 scoops of mulch altogether, so it's not a small place. Here's what the boys were doing while I was eating my lunch. They came through and edged out these beds in the back. And no, I don't mow the grass here, so don't be judging these mowing lines. Here's the backyard, little area. We did buy these paver stones when we did this landscaping up here on the side. And this is where we're at mulching right now, so it's still in the process. This walkway, hey, it looks a little bit crazy, but there's a rhyme and reason for it. That one goes up, this one comes over. And that's kind of the look they wanted to go with. So, kept it natural. Now, the big project that we did was a driveway extension. The driveway used to end right there at that garage, right at the corner of the house. And we extended it and built it up with a retaining wall. So, we'll let you look at it. Did those steps. And all this wall here is what we did a couple years back. And did the landscaping on top. Extended the driveway so they could have extra 3 cars to park. And yeah, I think it's coming in good. No complaints. And you know, I'm not a engineer of any kind, but looking in hindsight, I would have used all new blocks if we had the opportunity to. But we repurposed some of that sidewall, so that was a fun project, and the homeowners helped us with it. All of them are out here with shovels and pickaxes, and I had 4 of my guys out here also. A lot of digging involved, hardscaping. So I'm gonna get this mulch done with the boys, and yeah, he's been working. So here we got the extra parking area for the top side. And now other teenagers and young adults can park their vehicles here. And they can still use the garage. It hasn't blown off yet, but Tyler's out there doing the edge. Got that vid left. We'll look at this after we blow. He said, "What's up?" What's up?
nice.
They pimped out the back beds for me.
Yeah, man. It looks beautiful.
Yep. So we knocked it out real quick today. With 4 guys working, we better knock it out quick, right? Anyways, it's like 3:45 right now, and we're gonna roll to a job down the street that I gotta talk to the customer about, and that's about it for today. So, as always, be good if you can, always be kind, and above all, love each other. Elite landscape style. Peace.